chipper. On the board here, if you can see, you've got 100 jumping squats followed by 80 walking lunges, 60 sit-ups, 40 hand release push-ups, 20 burpees, 40 hand release push-ups, 60 sit-ups, 80 walking lunges, and we cap it out again with 100 squats or jumping squats would be the challenging version there. Let's go ahead and get a little warm-up going here. Start with some upper body. Swinging those arms, get the joints prepped, fluid going here. Make sure that we don't dip down here, we keep those arms up. Let's change to give ourselves a nice hug. Palms neutral here. And let's go ahead and palms up now. Getting everything nice, you ready? We got a lot of upper body here, a lot of push-ups and stuff. Those burpees. Let's go overhead here. Ooh, after being at home all day long, we gotta get prepped and ready. We can go awkward swimmer. Let's get some arm circles. Starting small here, small forward, working slightly bigger. And full range of motion here. Ooh. And then backwards. All right, let's get some twists in. This is something that we probably don't do during the day while we're sitting at our desk, especially if we're all stuck at home. We might find ourselves on our couches, not the ideal desk we have at work. We're gonna get some twists in, a little different range. We're gonna go, what is this, like 80s old school, right? But it's good for you. Open up the core in a little different plane than we normally do. Okay, good old Chris Farley's. Again, opening the spine here. Getting out any sort of kinks that we have from the day. Ooh, just jump it out a little bit, shake everything out. Feel nice and good. All right, we're gonna get the lower body here. Let's get some pulses, pulling the knee up. We're trying to get that knee into the armpit where we're going. Pull that to the side as much as I can. Sometimes I like to change my hand position, get a little bit different stretch slightly, but just pull that knee up towards the armpit. And let's go ahead and switch up here. Quad pulls. We want vertical here. We don't want to be here or here. Get a good pull, push that knee towards the ground, and switch. Just trying to open things up here. Ooh. Found it didn't that far. And let's move on to some ankle pulls. Ooh, do you hear those? And if you hear that in the video, Rice Krispie treats every time. Feels so good. This will get your joints just again prepped a little bit different way. You also should feel it kind of through the glute on the side here. Right. And let's get those hamstrings warmed up. We're gonna go ahead and get some toe pulls in. Again, we're just getting like a little pulse. A little pull, just get a little tug. Come on up. Try to get a little bit lower each time you do it. A little deeper pull each time you do it. Wake those hamstrings up. And then I like to mix it up by doing a little bounce with them too. I find for me, it just gets a little deeper into the stretch. Opens the hamstrings up just a little bit more. I like it. Let's go ahead and do some inchworms. Still working through the whole body. This will also get our upper body prepped for some push-ups here. Keep those legs as straight as you possibly can. Come on down, walk those hands out. Get a push-up in, and walk those hands back. Working for feet as flat as you can, as well as legs locked out as much as you can, or as long as you can, both down and back. gonna get some Cossack squats in here. Starting to open up the hips a little bit different this way. Should feel on the inside now. Ooh, that's good. If you walk, this foot, the bent foot should be flat at all times. This one we can play around with. This one we can change. So it's a little bit different stretch that way. I like to do some this way, and then I also like to, now watch my foot change it up here, go that way. Kind of bounce into it. As long as this foot's flat. The foot, your bent leg foot, should stay flat. That's the goal. Now this foot, like I said, we can change, play around, get some different angles in the stretch. I'm going back to be that inside edge on my foot and back to flat. Ooh. Let's just get a couple squats in real quick, guys. Get some bounce squats. Bounce. Like a little 1 1/4. Get a couple push-ups in just to finish the warm-up from upper body here. A couple squat thrusts for the burpees. All right, let's get going, guys. All right, everyone. Gonna quickly go through the workout here. As you can see, nice big numbers here. 10s are gonna be a great set to shoot for. If you need a break, try to get sets of 10 done. 20 could be great if you can do 20 for some of these as well. But otherwise, try to stick to 10 before we take a short break. Short break is the key. We don't wanna be staying around for a long time. With all of these, find a pace that you can hold on to hit your set of 10 and take a short break. Let's get to it, guys. Put on some good tunes like I do. If you can guess the song I'm singing, props. Starts with 100 squats, or jumping squats. 2, 1. spicy. Let's cool down. Ooh, you guys feel the burn? Yeah, that's a good one, right? All right, couple things here. Foam roller, band. We're gonna start with foam roller. If you got one, awesome. If not, maybe you can find something a little hard to kind of put some pressure here. Side of the couch you can do. Put a blanket on the coffee table, kind of lean into it. We're gonna roll out a little bit, starting just above the knee. First little bit of meaty part on those thighs. I'm gonna go ahead and do some side to side right now, just to loosen everything up. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and relax right here. I'm gonna do a little shortened version here for you guys. But we really wanna be holding everything a little bit longer. We don't wanna be going quickly through things, but again, we're gonna work through each section a little faster for you guys. Ideally, we wanna sit about a minute at least at each section. I'm gonna go ahead and move up right now 2 to 3 inches, just a little higher. Again, remember at home, make sure you're hitting each of these spots for at least a minute. We're gonna work through a little bit quicker for you guys though. Cool, side to side's good. I'm feeling those outside quads. I don't know about you at home. Feeling it. And I'm gonna move up another 2 or 3 inches. Again, remember, make sure that you're taking at least a minute at each spot here. Get those side to sides in, get the outside of the quads. Oh yeah, that feels good. It's hitting the spot, guys. Make sure deep breathing here. Nice deep breaths. We want to relax. We want the muscles to just sink in. I'm gonna move up 2 or 3 more inches to the very top range here. Again, you guys should be holding each section for at least a minute. All right. You can also, to get the little final inside, go to the very end of a foam roller, so you can kind of get the really inside part that are a little hard to hit sometimes. You can do that on both legs. And twist wherever you feel it, wherever you need to get in. Go ahead and work through that. That's option 1. I'm gonna trade this out for a band. This is option 2 if you have a band. I'm gonna go ahead and loop it around my foot here. Go down to my knee. I'm gonna pull that foot with the band up and over. I'm gonna pull it as much as I can. And then I'm gonna try to push this quad into the ground. So I'm creating space by pushing that quad in the ground and pulling this band up. Ooh, might be getting a whole lot of something for balance. But pushing the quad, this hip, into the ground, you should feel it all through the front part of the quad here. Ooh, just a quick preview. Again, you guys want to be holding that at home at least 1 to 2 minutes per leg. Another great option would be the chair stretch. If you have an ab mat, you can use that so your knee is nice and comfy. We're going to be doing something really similar to the band stretch. We're just going to go against the wall here and do more or less the same thing. So I'm getting this knee pretty far back to the wall. I know it's not a great view from out there, but my knee is almost touching the wall. And then the goal is to get as far up as you can. If this is all you got, great. Keep moving up a little bit more, as much as you can, until ideally this foot goes outside the hip and your back is touching the wall all the way. And the same thing, we want a minute or 2 here as well. Just quickly showing you guys, a minute or 2 at each position. If you're doing the foam roller, a minute here before we move up, a minute here, and then a minute at the top spot. At least a minute hold. If we just do a quick 10-second stretch, it doesn't really do a whole lot. It'll feel good, but you really need that longer stretch to really break the muscles up, really stretch them out, which is what we're going for here. Let's take care of the abs. We had a couple sit-ups. Good old seal stretch. This feels good. All right. And if you look at my feet, I go on the tops of my toes here. And I like to go on my wrists personally because for me, this just doesn't quite get a deep enough stretch for me. So I need a little bit extra leverage by going on my fists. It creates a little bit more space and pushing me open this way. But be careful of the lower back doing that because in creating that more space, I'm dropping my hips and you guys can probably see this big arch right here. Careful. Squeeze the glutes. Will help a little bit to keep that lower back safe. If you guys feel anything not okay, don't go so deep or just find a different stretch because this definitely can feel the lower back, but it's great for the abs. Like I said, I'm a little bit more mobile in this position, so I need a really deep one. But for you guys, find where it's comfortable, especially being mindful of that lower back. We're gonna go ahead and do one of my favorites here, pigeon. This is always a great stretch. We're going for the shin, ideally perpendicular to our body as much as we can. If it comes in a little bit like this, that's okay. But the goal is to keep it as much as perpendicular as we can. And then we're gonna go ahead and not sit this way. We wanna get our body all the way over our leg. And if this is all we got, that's great. Just get as deep as you can, whatever that means for you. And also, let me go ahead and switch a little bit angles here. Ideally, we want this hip to be on the ground as well. That's the goal, is to get everything as flat as we can, the hip and then the chest down. But again, whatever you have, I'd rather you guys come over than get to the side. Because here, it's just kind of hanging out. It's just kind of like chilling with friends. That's not what we want, right? We want to feel that stretch, so we need to get over this shin. So if you don't have the mobility to get all the way flat, that's okay. Just get over this, get the chest over the shin as much as we can, and just work deeper and deeper. Again, we want nice, deep, relaxing breaths here to work all the way down. Ideally, if you can, get that hip on the ground right here, and the chest touching that shin. Last one, I'll go over with you guys. Calves. Those jumping squats, you might feel the calves. I know I tend to get tight calves, you guys may too. Find a flat surface. You can do this, actually I'm gonna go on this side. This could be a doorway, like an island, a counter. Anything you can grab onto where you can put your foot flat. So we wanna get our heel, see my heel, how close it is? I don't wanna get here. This is just stretching my toes. We really need the ball of the foot to be pushing back. So in order to do that, we need to get our heel as close as we can. And I know some people might not have all the same mobility. That's okay. The goal is still to get the heel close to the wall, the flat surface, whatever we're using here. Even if you're tight, because watch me, if you can't just do this, that's okay. Then get low, get that heel in, and then pull in. You'll get a much deeper stretch that way, a much better stretch. And we're gonna really have to pull ourselves in, especially if we get that heel way near the wall. We're gonna have to really pull ourselves. And then you can play around, watch my hips, you can see. I'm kind of pushing it this way. You can push this hip forward, and you're gonna get a different stretch. I've been having my knee straight this whole time as well. I can bend my knee now, and that moves the stretch down here, a little bit different. So feel out. For me, bending it doesn't do a whole lot. I prefer this one. This one really hits it for me. And again, like I was saying earlier, we want a good minute or two stretch per leg. If you change that angle, if you're going from here to the bent knee version, a minute here at least, and a minute here at least. Everything we're looking for is at least 1 minute. Nice, deep, relaxing breaths. We really want to open everything up. Have that breath go into the muscles. Open it up. Cool everything down after a great bodyweight chipper. Last thing. Ease our pecs and our triceps just a little bit today. So we're gonna go ahead and stretch those out. I guess first of all show is doorway stretch. Fun doorway. Get so your elbow is flat on the door, and then we're gonna take our opposite leg forward and just lean through that. Notice I'm not doing anything weird or twisting strange. I'm just going to go in like almost like a split jerk stance, right? Or kind of like a lunge stance like we were just doing. And then we're just gonna lean forward. We're really pushing that chest right here through, because we're trying to open this part up, this pec right here. Trying to open it up. You may or may not feel all these stretches in the same spot. You can adjust a little bit, maybe the height of the arm. You can find a wall and go straight and then turn. We're trying to keep this shoulder planted on the wall. You might feel that way. You can change the angle here. Doing that is kind of the same thing as going on the ground and doing it as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, lay flat down, put my arm out. First it's gonna be straight out to a T, and I'm gonna roll over, keeping this shoulder planted in the ground. I'll show you the other angle here for the other arm. Straight out, 90-degree angle, and I just rotate here. As much as you can, while keeping that shoulder on the ground. You can change the angle again. I'm gonna go about 30 to 45 degrees down. Same thing, keeping the shoulder on the ground. Just feel a little bit different part of that muscle stretch. I'll show at this angle as well. So from 90, I'm gonna move it down about 30 to 45 degrees. I'm gonna push through that. And then the last one, we're gonna go ahead and go up about 30 to 45 degrees. Keeping this shoulder planted down. I'm gonna take this other hand and we're really gonna push. We're not gonna push so we lift. Push just while pushing the other shoulder in the ground. So right now, my right shoulder, I'm pushing it in the ground. My left hand, I'm pushing it up. That's gonna get a good stretch this way. I'll show the other angle again. So from 90 degrees, we're gonna go up about 30 to 45. And pushing through, driving the shoulder in the ground. My left shoulder, I'm driving into the ground, while my right arm, pressing the hand into the ground and stretching through. All right, guys, nice work, everyone. We will see you next time. Stay fit, stay home, stay healthy.